Alright, welcome back. I've got one more video in me today. I'm going to be going until probably 8, and we're going to be diving into L2 VPN. So one thing I wanted to kind of rant about a little bit is there has been a secret to my success so far, and the secret has been the program Anki. Any test questions, anything like that. So like for example, in networking school, we would get these review questions at the end, the question answers, and I would just use Anki to memorize the review questions, and just anything that was a question or something that was given to me, I would use Anki and I would just memorize that, and I'd have all these concepts memorized. And when it came to learning new concepts and stuff, it was just so much easier because like I already had memorized a lot of the precursors, or right on the top present of my mind was everything I needed to know to learn a new concept. So this has definitely been the secret to my success up until now. I've been thinking lately, like, I'm not using this for the JNCIESP, and the reason for that is because it's a hands-on and not a multiple choice test. I figured it makes more sense to just spend my time doing hands-on training. But I've been thinking lately that maybe I need to find a way to use this some way somehow. So I might be doing that. I think I'll try to do that more like off the video though, because it's yeah, because I'm just not sure where I'm going with it, and when I've got the camera running, I'd like to stay focused on my hands-on. But this is just something I've been thinking about lately. I wanted to get my thoughts out there, and nice and clear about just kind of feeling a little bit wary of the fact that I'm not using this powerful, life-changing tool that has got me to where I am now. The fact that I'm not using that is kind of perhaps a little bit of a bad omen. Okay, but let's move on to Vpls. Between videos, I filled out all the information, and I got some examples to go through. So Vpls comes in two flavors. Comes in Campella and Martini, I believe. I think that's Vpls. I don't remember exactly, but we'll learn it. I mean, the purpose is to learn this right now. So we've got two flavors here, BGP signaling flavor, and we've got BGP and LDP interworking flavor. So this example has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 routers on it. Right now we've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 routers, but I'm sure I can just repurpose it to however I would like. Yeah, I can just have one fewer spoke site. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and configure it as is shown here. We're going to get okay, so things are going to be a little bit different. So we need encapsulation Ethernet Vpls, and we need family Vpls. Now this is going to be a well, let's just read the basics of Vpls. So let's read the introduction to Vpls. Vpls is an Ethernet-based point-to-multipoint Layer 2 VPN. It allows you to connect geographically dispersed Ethernet local area networks, LAN sites, to each other across an MPLS backbone. For customers who implement Vpls, all sites appear to be in the same Ethernet LAN, even though traffic travels across the service provider's network. Vpls, in its implementation and configuration, has much in common with Layer 2 VPN. In Vpls, a packet originating within a service provider's customer network is sent first to a customer edge CE device, for example, a router or Ethernet switch. It is then sent to a provider edge PE router within the service provider's network. The packet traverses the service provider's network over a MPLS label switch path, LSP. It arrives at the egress PE router, which then forwards the traffic to the CE device at the destination customer site. Note in the Vpls documentation, the word router in terms such as PE router is used to refer to any device that performs routing functions. The difference is that for Vpls, packets can traverse the service provider's network in point-to-multipoint fashion, meaning that a packet originating from a CE device can be broadcast to all the PE routers participating in a Vpls routing instance. In contrast, a Layer 2 VPN forwards packets in point-to-point fashion only. The paths carrying Vpls traffic between each PE router participating in a routing instance are called pseudowires. The pseudowires are signaled using either BGP or LVP. Okay, so yep, that looks good to me. So we've got the configuring. Okay, introduction to configuring Vpls. I don't know why there's an introduction to it. Virtual private LAN service, Vpls allows you to provide a point-to-multipoint LAN between a set of sites in a virtual private network, VPN. To configure Vpls functionality, you must enable Vpls support on the provider edge router. You must also configure PE routers to distribute routing information to other PE routers in the Vpls and configure the circuits between the PE routers and customer edge CE routers. Each Vpls is configured under a routing instance of type Vpls. A Vpls routing instance can transparently carry Ethernet traffic across the service provider's network. As with other routing instances, all logical interfaces belonging to a Vpls routing instance are listed under that instance. In addition to Vpls routing instance configuration, you must configure MPLS label switch path LSPs between the PE routers, IBGP sessions between the PE routers, and an interior gateway protocol IGP on the PE and provider PE routers. By default, MPLS is disabled. Many configuration procedures for Vpls are identical to the procedures for Layer 2 VPNs and Layer 3 VPNs. So yeah, all the prerequisites for Vpls are going to be the same as the prerequisites for Layer 3 VPNs. Okay, so let's start with the first example here, which is going to be Vgp configuration. So this one, yeah, this one's a little bit simpler too. Looks like they've got 4 routers, but we're just going to keep with this same topology, and we're going to wipe out the configuration, and we'll kind of, I'll kind of go my own way a little bit. Yeah, so we have to, oh, Okay, so let's start on router 4 and see. So the difference between Vpls and a L3 VPN, I believe, comes down to the way it connects to the customer. So you can either connect to the customer as we're doing here. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's our interface configuration, and here's the customer facing. So you can see we've got a family INET address on there, and then we've also got it belonging to a VRF routing instance, and then we should also have a routing protocol. Yeah, so in this case we've got a static route. So we've got a layer 3 connection to the customer. So a VPLS allows us to have a layer 2 connection to a customer. So our CE facing port, this port right here, it doesn't need a IP address anymore. It's going to be encapsulation VLAN Vpls, and then the connecting router. It's just going to be encapsulation Ethernet. It's going to be a layer 2 connection. So that's the difference, and that's the advantage. So yeah, let's clear off router 4 and try to get this going here. So, and let's take it piece by piece instead of just blanking everything out. So we're going to start with the first piece, which is the CE facing, customer facing interface. Okay, so let's take a look at what's already here. Okay, so let's delete family INET. Okay, and now instead of family INET, we're going to have a different. We're going to have encapsulation VLAN Vpls. Oops, but let's stray a little bit from the documentation. There's no reason to use VLANs in this case, so we'll just keep it a little bit simpler for now, and we're going to do encapsulation Vpls instead of VLAN Vpls, if that's possible. It's not possible. It has to be VLAN Vpls. Oh, no, it is possible. It's going to be Ethernet Vpls. Yeah. Okay, and now, of course, we won't need a VLAN ID because we've just got encapsulation Ethernet Vpls. Okay, and then we need everything as normal. The core facing link, routing options. Oops. Oh, it looks like we do need an extra policy option now. Yeah, matches the community. MPLS, most Vpls that exist. Okay. All right, so yeah, let's just take it as it comes. Oops, and it looks like they're doing. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot of interesting things here. I think I am going to blanket. Yep. And then add back the, oops, let's do a rollback 0. Show pipe display set, pipe more. Okay, and now blanket. Okay, and then add back the essentials. Okay, so we added back the essentials. So let's follow this down. Okay, so let's do routing instances, or sorry, routing options, and we're gonna go with set autonomous system 100. We're gonna stray a bit from what they have here. Okay. Now this aggregate is interesting. Oh, I don't even have aggregate. Yeah, I don't see aggregate. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so here they have a label switch path. So configure an LSP to reach other Vplsp. So it looks like they only have one other Vplsp. Yep, in their topology. Now I'm going to have two other Vplsps. So I'll be making two of these. So the first one is going to be label switch path, and it's going to be R4 to R5, and then R4 to R6. Okay, and then it's going to be 2.168.1.2. Okay, and then 4 to R6. 192.16.1.3. Okay. Alright, set interface all. I think I might have forgotten family MPLS. Oh, right, I can keep my same, yeah, so I forgot the addressing scheme here. And I can keep it the same, so I can just add these back in there, but for this one we're not going to need an address, the customer-facing link, because that's the whole point of what we're doing now. We're now having customer-facing links that are at layer 2 instead of layer 3, which for some reason is desirable. Okay, and we're going to call this yeah, let's call this group Vpls. I guess calling it Vpsp sounds good, but we're going to have another group for the P's, right? There's going to be, yeah, so Vplsp isn't really that great of a naming because we have this for the P routers as well. And it looks like we're not using a route reflector because we have such a small topology. We're just going to use a full mesh. So let's just call it Vpls full mesh, or let's just call it Vpls. Okay, so the family is going to be so there's nothing for Vpls, so it's going to be set family L2 VPN, and now we need to remember the signaling. Yep, set family L2 VPN signaling. Vpls uses the same infrastructure as L2 VPNs, and then we need signaling for internal Vgp. Okay, so now we're going to have neighborships, but we're going to have more neighborships because we have a full mesh. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to take actually quite a bit of liberty in this lab, and I'm going to peer to the I'm going to use a route reflector because we have so many routers, a full mesh to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routers. So it's like, that'd be like 20 different configuration statements. Like that's too much. So let's do top. Okay, and then we're going to, oh, we need a 0. Okay, I think we're good to go. Yeah, so let's do a neighbor statement, and it's going to be the route reflector. Okay, yeah, and now let's move on. So mine's going to be quite a bit different because I'm using a route reflector, but route reflectors are just so easy to use. There's basically no reason to ever not just use a route reflector. Okay, so this is going to be a core interfacing link. This is going to be GE001. Okay, so time for the policy options. Okay, so the LSP I'm using is named a bit different, and not only that, I've actually got 2 LSPs, so we're going to go with okay, so if there are multiple LSPs that exist between Vplsp routers, this statement sends Vpls traffic over a specific LSP. Oh, okay, so we can make it choose an LSP. Huh. I don't know why we would want to do that. I thought the whole point was that it's point to multi-point, and you wouldn't want to choose a specific LSP. Okay, that really confuses me. But let's go with it, and then we'll just choose to send everything to router 5. Okay. Okay, so this is in the actual routing instance, so we're going to have core-facing interface, so it's GE01 is the customer-facing, so 0.0 is the customer-facing interface. Oops, and it looks like we've got a bit of a problem here. Oh, no we don't, Okay, yeah, okay, there, that's good. That's because I'm looking at the active configuration and not the candidate configuration there, so I got confused. Okay, let's do a set route sting pusher 201.168.101 :1. We'll do colon 100 because that's the so this value is important to the BGP community. Oh, we actually need to do it. Oh, no, sorry, I'm making the route distinguisher right now. So they don't have colon 69, so it can be anything. I think I'm just gonna have colon 100. Okay. So now this VRF target is really important. Okay. So configure a Vpls site range, site name, and site identifier. Yep, all of this looks really familiar to me. I have a lot of hands-on experience with Vpls. Okay, so this is the PE configuration. So it's going to be similar on all of the other PE routers. So let's do those next before we move on to look at the P router, if I may. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this in Notepad++, and then we'll doctor it up for those other routers. Okay, and I'm going to make a little bit of a correction here. We don't need a logical unit because we're making the whole thing Ethernet interface. So let's get rid of that unit 0. And then we'll set the description on the actual port. Okay, that looks good to me. Yep, so this is what's gonna yep, so but we're gonna have some differences. Our convention for the inner circle was yeah, so this is gonna increment to a 2 because we're going on to the next one. This is incrementing to a 2. We're going to have a label switch path to .1 and .3, local addresses of .2. Yep, neighbor's the same because we've got a route reflector. Oops, so we've got a new next hop now. Oops, and we've got to change the name of our of it. So we've got this is R5, and then .1.1 is R4, and then .1.3 is still R6. Okay, so let's use the one to R6. Route distinguisher is going to be .2. Target's the same. Site identifier. Oh, the site identifier, I think we're going to need to. Let's actually go ahead and clean that up as well. We'll have a site identifier that makes more sense. So. So I think the site identifier is going to be unique to each PE. Let's take a look. So here's the site identifier, it's green PE1. Let's see what the site identifier is on the next PE. Okay, on the next PE, the site identifier is green PE2, and then we've got site identifier 2. So yeah, let's follow that same convention. On R4, we're gonna have the site identifier be R4 with a site identifier of 1, and then on the next one we'll have a site identifier of 2, and we'll have the name be the same as the host name of the router. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the next one is going to be different. R5. Set identifier 2. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so we're good to go with this one. So let's blank out the config and then paste it in new. Okay, so now let's paste in line by line. Well, not exactly line by line, but okay. 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 All right. That should do it. Okay, and before I go on to the next one, I'm gonna want to get some water. But hopefully there's no issues with this one. It seems like it's going fine. Oh man, I need a treadmill, the office treadmill. I had the ability to buy one, but I couldn't get cash fast enough. Okay, so I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. It's time for the next router. So this is going to be .3.1, .3, and it's R6. So we've got to go to R4 and R5. R5 is at .2. Okay, we'll go to the R6 to R5 one. All right. So I am 100% good to go right now, I believe. Yeah, I think I'm good to go. So let's go to router 6 and paste it in. I've got a bit of a stomach ache though. Yeah, I really like that idea of thinking of it like an onion, where you have layers of the onion. You have the CEs, you have the CEP connections, then you have the PEs, and then you have the core routers, you have the, and even within that you have like the route reflector or something like that. That's a much better way to think of it. So when I do the addressing schemes, I'm going to have addresses relating to each other by their layer in the onion. and not by any of their local connections. That's kind of a good thought model for this. Okay, so now it's time for the P routers. So let's jump on to this, and they're all going to need, yep, they're going to need BGP. So we've got two P routers. Let's start with I guess I'm not sure which one I want to start with. Let's start with this one. Okay, so a lot of this configuration we're gonna keep the same. In fact, all of it we're gonna keep the same. Yeah, so all of this configuration is actually going to be exactly the same. Oh, the only difference is that we're now using RSVP instead of LDP, so I've got to change that. But that's super easy. Yep, another difference is that we're using route reflection, but that's really easy. It looks like there's some more differences. They're using different metrics. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so other than that, they're all completely the same. So, oh, and I messed up this. There we go, I've got interface. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, and these should mostly, a lot of these should be up already, right? Oh, no, we're only going to have, oh, I actually thought 2 of these would be up. I'm surprised that, okay. I think 2 of them will be up. But there's one that's still going to be down because I haven't converted the final PE to be using RSVP instead of LDP. So, yeah, this one should be up because this is to .1. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, well, let's let's convert it to RSVP on R9. That should be the only change that we're gonna need. All right, so hopefully they're all able to come up now. I'm still kind of surprised that there weren't more than just that one that was coming up. Yeah, I don't understand. Why is there so let's think about the one that's up. So this one here is the one that's up. This one, and this one are down. Which is interesting. Yep, I've got an OSPF route. I've even got a L2 VPN route right now. How is that possible if Vgp connections are down? Oh, because it's the one. Wait. Yeah, how is that? What? I'm so confused. Oh, I think I got the neighbor wrong. Yeah, this is meant to be. No, it is 2.1. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change the family on this. Yep, so the family here is still iNet VPN unicast. It needs to be changed to L2 VPN signaling. Okay, so now those will come up. You can't have neighborships come up if you've got mismatched NLRI capability configured. And that shows up really nice and obvious during a trace options capture. Oh, but of course that is a good. Let me not forget that the reason it was successful to this one is because this one had matching NLRI. So I'm going to need to go here and change this to family L2 VPN signaling as well. Okay, so this should come up now. Might take a little bit of time. Take a lot of bit of time. It would be faster if I set up passive. It'd be a lot faster if I set up passive. I should set up passive. Okay, well, this is taking actually a lot longer than I had expected. Oh, you know what? No, it still looks good to me. Okay, it just legitimately does take that long. And it would be a lot faster if I got rid of that race condition by setting one side to passive. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably want to do that on the test, so I'm not sitting and waiting for that to come up. Okay, so let's see here. We've got everything pretty good. Yeah, you know what? So I think everything is good now. We can move on to verifying your work. So we're going to use these commands here. We're going to start on what we're using as PE1. So we're going to have a little bit different output, but shouldn't be that drastically different. So let's start with show interfaces terse. Okay, so now we've got oh, so we're not seeing 000 on this because, oh no, we are seeing it. We are seeing it. It's right here. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to do. Well, let's figure that out through these verification steps. Yeah, so we notice, yeah, here's the Vpls interface. Now, what's interesting is I don't have that showing up under G000, but we should also have a dynamically generated virtual port, and I'm not confident that we'll get that. Yeah, so we don't have any VT interfaces. Let's make extra super sure. Yeah, we don't have any VT interfaces, and I think that's because I forgot the very first thing here. So let's add that. Okay, so hopefully we'll get some VT interfaces now. Aha! So we've got VT interfaces now. Perfect. But of course they're going to be down because on the other side we're going to need to add the VT interfaces as well. So let's do a pipe refresh 1. Have that. Oh, actually no, it did come up. It did come up. Perfect. Okay. So before moving on though, let's add this line to the other sides. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be the end state. What we do on the other routers isn't going to affect this. It's just locally on the router. We got to make sure that there's a VT interface. Okay, so let's do that for the other routers. And we're only going to need to do that for the PE routers, I believe. I think. I have no idea. I'm pretty lost. Okay. Oh. Okay, so yep, let's just do a verification command on this one. We don't have to verify the other one. I'm sure it'll be fine, especially if this one's good. Yeah, this one's good, so yeah, we don't even need to verify the other one. So let's go back down to our verification steps. There we go. Okay, and yep, now on router 4 we do have a VT interface. And it's iNet, which is interesting. They don't have that written there at all, iNet. But okay, let's do a show system statistics Vpls. So they've got 6 Mac remote learning requests. How many Mac remote learning requests do we have? We have 0, it looks like. Yeah, we've got 0. So this indicates is working. So we know that it's not working because we don't have any Mac learning requests, but maybe we can figure it out using these other commands. So to verify MPLS source and destination MAC address accounting information, use the destination extensive matching or table option with the show route forwarding table family MPLS command. When you analyze the display output, keep in mind the following. Vpls MAC address accounting is handled on a per MAC address basis for each Vpls instance. All information is retrieved from MAC address entries in the MAC address table. Vpls MAC address accounting is performed only on local CE routers. The Vpls counters for source and destination MAC addresses increment continuously until the oldest MAC address entries are removed from the memory buffer, either when the entries time out or if the Vpls instance is restarted. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Oops, so yeah, we don't have any Macs. So I think what's going on is I didn't configure my CEs yet, so we're not going to get any like live traffic. So yeah, so my CEs, so we're no longer going to have IP addresses here, but we're going to have IP addresses on the CE interfaces, and then we should be able to ping each other there. So yep, we're going to need to configure all the CEs. Oh, this actually looks pretty good. Let's just use for this. Let's use what's being used in the lab. So we got 10.11.3.2/24 for this CE. For this one, we've got 10, 11, 3, 1. So they're all in the same subnet. So the interface on CE2 must use the same prefix. Okay. Yeah, so they've all got to be in the same prefix. So yeah, let's go with 10.0.1.0/24, and then we'll do 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and we can actually delete because we're not using logical units. So, yep, we can do set. Oops. Oh, you can only add family inet on a logical unit. There we go. Oh, address. Okay, so I think this is good news. Yeah, so let's try these verification commands again. Oops, so this is the PE, sorry, that's the CE, so we're going to be checking the PE now. We still got 0 of them. Okay, so let's keep that running and then go and verify the other routers. Okay, so in the forwarding table, it looks like we're not learning MACs. So this MAC address belongs to remote CE2. So we should be learning the MAC address that belongs to the CEs, but for some reason we're not able to do that. Oh, Okay, it is named green. I thought I changed the name. Okay, so state is active. So this I find interesting. We don't have a local interface. Okay, I think that's because I added the .0, so let's try this. Okay, so I think we do have an extra. No, we still had tables before. Yeah, so I still, it looks like I don't have an interface. Huh. Why don't I have an interface? Maybe it needs to be a logical unit. Oh, you know what? I think this is going to be right. So if I do a rollback 0, and then I do a edit int 0, and then a show pipe display set relative, and then I do a edit unit 0 set family Vpls. I think that's what was missing. All right, let's see if that is true. Aha, that was it, perfect. I win. So let's see if that VT interface just magically pops into existence, or what the deal is with that, because if that's not gonna show up, that's gonna be a problem, I think. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately it looks like that's not being dynamically generated. We are going to need to make that correction on all the other routers as well. Yeah, so yeah, let's dive right into that. I'll make the correction here. Oh my god, I'm having. Oh. Okay, here we go. Yep, perfect. Yep, back on track. Sometimes my mind just like wanders off into the weeds, and it's usually never something that I want to think about. It's usually like an intrusive. It's usually something that's intended to make me feel like bad for some reason, and it's like, why? Like, why? What's the point in feeling bad for like when I'm, especially when I'm in the middle of studying. It's like, I'm trying to focus, man. Keep your mind in the game. Okay, so let's see if the VPLS connections are up. Okay. Okay, so they're not up, and we don't have that special interface, so clearly things are going disastrously wrong right now. Okay, yeah, so that VT interface is not able to automatically generate. Now, was I supposed to configure the VT interface? No, I wasn't. Yeah, and it looks like they had their configuration all off. So this is for the P router. So yeah, for the PE router, like this isn't gonna work. Encapsulation VLAN Vpls. Like you would put that here, and then here you would do family Vpls and then VLAN ID. Like they have the wrong command here. Now, one thing that's interesting is this got generated as an MPLS. I wonder if it's because it generated before I had the family MPLS configured. So if I remove it and re-add it, it will regenerate for Vpls instead of MPLS. Let's try that. Okay, so it's up now, but unfortunately we can't see the whole thing with my filter. Ah, so it's still got MPLS. That didn't make a bit of a difference. God damn it. I forget the command. Oh, sure. I was close. Okay, so we're still missing a virtual interface from here. God damn it, why? I don't understand. Do I need to add family VPLS to more interfaces?
might need to add family Vpls to more interfaces. I still didn't even finish it on router 6 yet, so let's at the very least add it to that. Oh, no, I don't need to delete it. It'd be nice if you could retoggle the show to no longer be requiring display set, and to instead be requiring specification when you want to see it the way it shows it by default. There probably is a way to do that. No, there's no way to do it. All right. So my Vpls connections aren't coming up. That sucks. What the heck? I'm so confused. I mean, this I should be able to figure out because I do have hands-on experience with this in the real world. So perhaps something will just jump out to me as looking weird. Let's take a look. I mean, this definitely jumps out to me as looking weird, this forwarding table thing. I don't know what this is for. And the weirdest thing is we do have, oh, we have it, but it's not exchanging. Like, this is probably our local one. Ow, that hurt. I rolled over my foot using my roller chair. Oh man, I might need another glass of water. Let's do this. So I'm always late to the party with this. I apologize. I definitely need to be using this. This definitely needs to be my first instinct, is to enable trace options. I need to do that as soon as possible. Every minute on test day on the exam that I don't have trace options configured and running, if I'm stumped, is a minute I am being stumped for no reason. So it's a minute I could have saved and been not stumped. So we're gonna do edit routing options green, set trace. Do we get trace options here? Looks like we don't get trace options here. Let's do route distinguisher. So yeah, I'm not sure where I can do trace options. Let's do edit protocols Vpls. Aha, so now I can do trace options here. T-shoot, green Vpls, trace options, flag, all, quit. Okay, so let's see if we get anything. Nothing yet. Okay. That's interesting. Let's verify extra super sure that the BGP neighborships are all up. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting the MPLS LSP connections, I think. Or I'm forgetting to check them anyways. I think I have them configured, but I haven't checked them yet. Okay, but all the BGP, yeah, we verified that before. That's all good to go. So let's check the LSPs. Okay, well, these are up. I don't know. Okay. Okay, all the LSPs are up. So why can't it form a Vpls connection? Oh, we're actually getting some information now. Oh, perfect, okay. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, it just randomly popped up after I committed, or maybe the commit triggered it. I guess I'm not sure why I just randomly got that. Okay, so interface validity check failed is what happened. Which makes sense because yeah, so triggering VC status update timer. So it's not in any VC yet. Virtual circuits, I think is what that stands for.
Do they have to have? Surely they don't have to have VLANs. You can just do Ethernet Vpls. Yeah, so use Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried to get fancy. It's my fault.
Let's just stick to what they have in the example. So they're using VLAN tagging, encapsulation, VLAN, Vpls, and then this I do think they have wrong. It needs to be family Vpls, but we do need a VLAN there. Okay, but let's use VLAN 10 instead of VLAN 600. Okay, so it's going to be encapsulation. Oh, let's set VLAN tagging. Okay, edit unit 10. Set encapsulation. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, they did have it right. Wow, okay, so yeah, my bad. It's on me for not trusting the documentation. I've been lied to before, though. If it weren't for Norman, I just would have been completely heartbroken. Oh, what the heck? So, oh, this is interesting. So it looks like VPLS interfaces must have a VPN ID greater than or equal to 512. I didn't know that. Oh, okay, sweet. So yeah, that's good. Okay, we're good. We got a flood of messages. We got flash processing complete. Things look a lot better now. Let's clean up the other side before moving on. Yeah, I might even be able to finish on time. That would be amazing. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Good to go. So next up, boom. Yeah, we're all good. There is nothing that is not good about this configuration, except that it's not applied to the rest of the routers. That's the only thing that can be improved. Okay, I don't need to print that out. We can go. Yeah. Oops. Please said relative. Okay. Delete. So VLAN tagging. Edit. Unit 512. Set VLAN ID 512. That way. That address. Okay. So we've got the VLAN ID set to 512. Next, we're going to need We're going to need, I can't think of what we're going to need. Okay, we're going to need that. I just couldn't put it into words. Which is a good thing, because I was actually worried that like talking to the camera like this is going to make it so that once I sit down during the exam and I can't talk, I'm going to have trouble thinking, but it turns out it's the other way around. I should have an easier time thinking. Okay, so we should have a Vpls connection now. Oh, right, but we're not going to have it on the PE router. God damn it. Why not? Yeah, what's so bad about that? That looks good. There's nothing about this that looks bad. Everything looks good. Maybe it's not working. Let's see how it compares to this. Okay, let's set the, yeah, we got this. Oh, I need a glass of water, but I kind of want to see if I can finish this within 10 minutes. I'm thinking I can. For some reason, that's kind of dumb. It's probably a dumb thing to think that I can finish this by 10, or sorry, by in 10 minutes. Now, did I finish the other side already? Yes, I did. So why is it not working? Wait. Oh, right. That's, I have a, yeah. Oh my God, this is so confusing. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's already... Okay, well, let's clean up this last one here. I was expecting it to all be kind of hunky-dory after cleaning that up, but clearly it is not. Oh, now is it supposed to be encapsulation VLAN VPLS or just encapsulation VPLS under there? I'm confused. And why is there a timestamp? Oh, okay, because I enabled that. Okay, we're getting stuff show up for VGP now. I'm a little bit lost here. Let's see if what I configured it for this one. No, it is meant to be VLAN VPLS for all of them. Okay, let's see if they're all good to go. Yeah, we've got 4 lines. Oh, no description, but the description doesn't matter. Okay, and this is the C, so let's fix that. Okay, I think we're good to go. What the hell? No connections found. BC down. So my local interface isn't up. I'm pretty sure I need family MPLS, Vpls somewhere, don't I? Let's search for family Vpls. Okay, so you need family Vpls if you're configuring an actual pseudo wire. Okay, so how is that different from? Oh yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like, I'm surprised. Yeah. See, this is what I thought it was meant to be. What's the other one? Okay, I'm gonna include this in my notes, and we're gonna try family Vpls. Yeah, so we're going to try getting rid of this statement and doing family Vpls. And if it still doesn't work, I might try adding that statement back in. Oh my god, what happened? Must have VLAN ID. Okay, non-MPLS interfaces. Must have a VLAN ID. Oh, now it thinks it's a non-VPLS interface. That's interesting. Huh. Oh my god, that scared me. Family INAT. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do that. Okay. Interface needs to be... Oh, I see. Okay, so let's do... I think I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting really close. Yeah, because I've got that 0 in here right now. Oh, that might have been the problem the whole time. Yeah, I think that was the problem the whole time. Okay, so I think this is the only change I need to make. And I'll need to make that to all the PEs. Okay, I'm wondering if I've... Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I've got 2 interfaces in there now. Okay, one more router to go. Oh, nope, this is going to be a, I think that's a CE. So, yeah, R5 is the one I haven't configured yet. Okay, this should do it. Nope, we're not. Shouldn't do it. Okay, I think this is where I need to add family VPLS here. I'm surprised that's missing from the instructions. Yeah, it's missing from the instructions, but I think that's what has to happen. There we go. Okay, so let's try that. Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. I can't do it there. Huh. I am so confused. Like, I am just completely confused right now. Why isn't it working? Huh. I don't get why it's not working. Okay, let's see if the verification commands look a bit different now that I changed the port configuration. Oh, and it's way past 8. I was going to take a break at 8 and it's 8:06. I was struggling to get through 10 minutes and I accidentally blew through 16. Okay, well, let's start with show interfaces terse. So we've got our VT interface. So now we've got our interface here showing up as a Vpls interface. So yeah, that's progress. Okay. Okay, so we've actually got an interface in here now. Okay, things are looking a lot better. We are missing a next hop though. And we're still missing a frickin' VT interface under here as well. Which I think is what the problem is. We don't have a VT interface. Yeah, because it's got to choose the local VT interface. I mean, we have one.
It's right there. It's just not able to associate it. We have a VT interface. Oh, did we not give it any Vpls neighbors? Yeah, we didn't give it any Vpls neighbors. That's the problem. They didn't tell us to do that. It has to have a neighbor. Oh, no. So this is you can do it with LDP signaling. Then you need a neighbor. But with BGP signaling, right, you don't need a neighbor. You just need site identifiers, and it'll do it automatically. Does the route distinguisher have to match? No, it doesn't. In fact, it should be different. The route targets definitely have to match. Yeah, like there could be something off with the route targets. Looks good to me. Yeah, it looks really good to me. I don't know what the problem is. Huh. Yeah, man, I think it's like, I don't know, like, unless, am I missing like no, if I was missing like family MPLS or anything like that, I mean, I guess I'll verify it. But if I were missing that, like I wouldn't have the LSPs be up. Like the LSPs are up. Like everything is good. There's no obvious thing that's wrong. Like I almost want to say that it's something under the hood because I'm virtualizing it or something like that, or maybe because I'm using network services enhanced IP instead of Ethernet. But let's do a quick check for that. And then if that looks good, let's try switching it over from enhanced IP to Ethernet. Because I mean it's an Ethernet service, so it probably has to be at Ethernet. That timestamp is really annoying. I should get rid of that. Oh, I've got Router 5 open twice. Okay, yeah, so I think the problem is that it's set up for, so yeah, I think I just need to edit the 3 PEs and change the Ethernet services. Yeah, so I think it needs to be enhanced Ethernet instead of enhanced IP. Okay, and we've got to reboot it now. So let's try that. Okay, we can see things are starting to trigger. Okay, let's do that with all of them, and then I'll reboot all of them, and then come back and finish off the video. So, set network services enhanced Ethernet. Let me think here. Oh, right. So we're gonna have to do a reboot. I was just curious because that was spitting out a lot of information. I was wondering if maybe it would work. No. Okay. So let's try the reboot. Now, and we've got a, yeah, let's do both. Now. I mean, I only have one routing engine, right? Yeah. So I can just do request system reboot now. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna need to wait for these to come up, so I'll just pause the video, get a glass of water, all that. Then when I come back, I'll see if the connections went up. If the connections didn't come up, I'm sad to say, you know, I might need to just move on. Unfortunately, I did everything they told me to do. It didn't come up. So that's just a lot of sadness. I guess I would like to see what happens if I get rid of this, because I don't know what this is for. So that's what I'll try. If it comes up and it doesn't work, I'll try getting rid of that. If it still doesn't work, I'll just like cry or something. Yeah, I thought you needed like a mesh group or something like that. No, you need a mesh group if they're not in the same. This is a really good guide. I'm gonna add this to my notes as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this to come up. Then I'm gonna check the Vpls connections. If everything's good, then oh my God, thank God everything's good. And if everything's not good, then we'll try removing this, because I don't know why they had this. And if everything's good, then oh my God, everything's good. But if everything's not good, unfortunately, I might need to throw in the towel, move on to the next topic. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so welcome back. We're going to check if the Vpls connections came up. If they did, we're going to celebrate. If not, I've got one more trick up my sleeve that I'd like to try. But unfortunately, I might have to lay this to rest. I do have professional experience using Vpls and troubleshooting that, so I might need to just rely on that during the test. I have a feeling a lot of the problems I'm dealing with right now are just because of my lab hardware. Not the hardware, but because of the fact that I'm running these in GNS. I'm having extra issues that I wouldn't otherwise have. Okay, so it looks like the routing subsystem is not running. I've never heard of that before. I guess the, oh, I see. So I bet you the routing engine isn't up yet. Yeah, so it's present, but I think it's got to go through a series of steps. And present is not the final step. It should be online, I think, is the final step. Yeah, so just because the control plane is up doesn't mean that it's ready yet. Okay, so I've got to wait for the forwarding plane to come up, so I think I'm gonna pause it and give it like 5-10 more minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I've got the oh, it's not responding to management requests, but it's up now. So show FPC 0. Oops, it's not responding to management requests. I thought it was working because it said that it's online. But it looks like I might need to give it a little bit more time. Yeah, so I'm going to give it some more time. I'll be back. Alright, welcome back. So unfortunately, it looks like everything is good with the control plane now. It's responding snappy to requests. It's got statistics populated. If we do a show int ters, we can see all the GE interfaces are there and all the VT interfaces are there. Yep, so we've got our VPLS interface. Yeah, we've got these new multi-service popping up. So everything looks a lot better now. I think that enhanced Ethernet network services setting was necessary, but unfortunately we still don't have any connections for some reason. So I'm going to try my final shot in the dark, which is going to be to get rid of that extra configuration that I didn't understand what was for. So this here, this EXP to FWD, I don't know what that means. Okay, so we'll just get rid of where it's called. That'll be good enough. In the interest of time. And then it'll be easier to add back later, kind of play around with more. Okay, so we're good to go. Next step is going to be to verify if we've actually got some connections now. We gotta wait for this one to go through though. Okay. Still nothing. So, yeah, I'm really confused. Basically all we've got is, so we've got a local site, but we've got no connections found. So that's interesting. I don't know why we're not finding any connections. Let's try Googling that. Okay, so it could be that there's a mismatch of the VRF targets, but we tried that. Okay, so each site must have the same VRF target and must have the same site identifier. Oh, I see.
I think I found it. I think I found it. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. Huh, okay, yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, and we'll check here without figuring the last one. Oh, I see, okay. Okay, so it failed anyways. Okay, if there were VPL. EVPN? Why is there an EVPN? Okay, I almost got excited because I thought it was gonna work, but there is actual stuff happening now. There's a lot of stuff happening now. I mean, that's a good sign, isn't it? Why would that not be a good sign? I guess because there's still no connections found. That's why it wouldn't be a good sign. That's frustrating. I really wish I could just get it to work. Let's try the no tunnel services. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it on this one. Okay, sweet. Now we're getting lots of stuff showing up.
Oh, looks like it's 9 o'clock. That's a bit late for me. Got lots of stuff happening right now, though.
Let's check another router to see if connections are up. Now I have in the past gotten connections to come up, but I did disable virtual. Yeah, I did disable connections. So okay, now this looks really good. Yeah, this is some good information here. Okay, so we'll put this in a notepad and read it over a bit more carefully. Why can't we get any virtual circuits up? I mean, hopefully we'll see.
Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at this in closer detail. And then I'm gonna have to end the video really soon. It's just going on too late. I think I'm gonna say that I'm done with
Vpls, unfortunately, even though I couldn't get it to come up. It's probably just something in my own lab. But yeah, on test day, I'll make sure to get trace options running. And yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I should probably have trace options under the interface as well. So let's do let's look for error. Maybe that will fail. Okay. Yeah, so interface validity check failed. That's what's going on.
Okay, so unfortunately I couldn't get it to work. I'm actually really upset by that. I think I've gotten it to work before. I don't know why it's not able to work now. But this video is 2.5 hours, and I did like a 4-hour video before this. So this is all I got. Unfortunately, I am going to mark it complete and consider my goal of 2 topics a day accomplished for today in just this long video. So stay tuned for the next one where I go over L2 circuits. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.